there's a lot of things that I've heard about the new game, like, crime from one city can spread into the other. The police departments and such from one city can go into the other and help them out. You can, pass money between cities, and the cities supposedly are going to affect each other's economies, not just, send commuters to one another. All that is stuff that certainly isn't in SimCity 4, and it makes me very, very interested to see where they're going to go. I mean, there is a small possibility that this game might be dumbed down, but after seeing the previews, I don't think so anymore. It really seems like it's going to be something I'm going to enjoy. I mean, will I enjoy it more than what I'm currently playing at this moment while I'm talking to you? I don't know. That's going to be something that we're all going to have to see. But I'm willing to give it an honest try, And also I realize I kind of have to get with the times a little bit because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... This game came out in 2006, and, to me, that's like... I'm going to sound like an old man when I say this, but to me that's yesterday, Or 2003, I mean. 2003 to me is yesterday. Like, I feel like it just happened. I think to the events of 2003. I mean, they do feel a lifetime ago on the one hand, but on the other hand, it really feels like that period of time was not history, that was like current times. Like, I distinctly remember sitting on the couch and watching footage from the Iraq War starting, and I remember what else happened in 2003. Well, a lot of stuff happened in my life, I guess, but not so... I mean, a lot happened in the world, too, what am I saying? But it's not springing to mind. But I guess the point of this all, which I'm saying very... aha! You see what I can do. But yeah, what I'm saying is, it doesn't seem that long ago to me, really. I mean, I'm still old-fashioned enough that the notion that a video game can be in 3D still impresses me. I mean, to me, like, I'm still impressed by Mario 64. I know that's old enough to be nostalgic now, clearly. But to me, it's like, damn, it's in 3D. You can go in, all these different directions. I mean, to me, a video game is still 2D. But, in the world of gaming, 10 years is a freaking eternity. I mean, I see games from as recently as 2006 being called dated. And 2003, in a couple of weeks, is going to be literally an entire decade in our past. It's kind of hard to believe, isn't it? But it's true. 2003 is going to be 10 years ago as soon as we hit midnight on January 1st. I gotta do something about that little spot right there. It's annoying me. Will that even work? I don't know. You know what? Screw it. Oaks. Plan oaks. That always works. But yeah, it's an eternity ago. And there are several things that are kind of dated, like this. Well, it's not quite an isometric view. I mean, it's not. It legitimately is not. Like SimCity 3000 had an isometric view. This game does not, but it locks you in one position. And that's all you can really do. Okay, this entire section of the city has water. Let's take a look at how much water we have. We're good for now. But yeah. Alright, my goal is going to be to meet all this up. But, yeah, and, I mean, plenty of games released since then have, adopted a more free-range view. I mean, Cities XL has it. You know, you can zoom in and out and all around. You can rotate, whereas here you rotate in steps, as you know. I'm not going to gratuitously display it because, well, that's one thing that is likely to cause a crash. But, and also The Sims 2, which came out in 2005, obviously not very long after this, it has a more free-range camera, although in SimCity's defense, The Sims 2 has a lot more it needs to display on the screen. Or, I mean, this game has a lot more it needs to display on the screen than The Sims. So, that's excusable, I guess is what I'm saying. Alright. We have a gap in our police system. Just a little one down here. And I'm kind of content with letting this be a low wealth area. I mean, we sort of need some of that, you know. We need to satiate the demand for the different forms of industrial, because if you do manage to build up enough high tech, they're going to eventually get tired of making it, and the demand for other stuff. Yeah, we'll get to that. Demand for other stuff is going to be what increases. So I'm getting with the time a bit, using skills I've played from earlier generations of games to move forward. For example, well, you know, the lineage of SimCity, with me at least, goes back to, not all the way back to the first SimCity. I'm not quite that old. I mean, I did play it at one point at somebody's house, but it wasn't like, you know, I never had the game, I never actually played it. I'm sure I'd enjoy it, though, if nothing more than for the nostalgia trip, like the history of it. But that came out when I was 3 years old, after all. But SimCity 2000 was where my my city simulation life began. And that came into my life as a Christmas present. Christmas Day 2005. Oh god. Okay, more coal. I might be able to build more advanced stuff. No, I can't. Look at that. Alright, so one more coal, I guess. I still want to make sure garbage is, ooh, that's kind of funny. That's when I didn't have any garbage plants, I guess. But like I said, it was in 1995 when I first got SimCity 2000 on Christmas. Since it's almost Christmas, that was just about exactly 17 years ago now. And, you know, I used the skills I learned in that game to play SimCity 3000, which I first played in 1999. Now, 3000 was fun, but it didn't fully satisfy me, so I kind of went back and forth between 2000 and 3000 for a while. I finally kind of moved away from 2000 for good when I got to, you know, when I got college age, I guess. I still played SimCity 3000 here and there, but in 2007, I finally ordered SimCity 4, and I just moved my skills right over. I mean, for the longest time, I honestly wasn't very good at SimCity 4. I really wasn't. Like, the only way I could make decent-looking cities was by cheating. It honestly wasn't until I started Let's Playing the game in 2010 that my skills began to grow. Yes, we'll worry about that in a minute. And you can very clearly see that in the progression of this Let's Play. I mean, if you look at the first few dozen videos, it's just, you know, it's kind of a mess, you know, it's still kind of noobish. But I guess from the influence of comments and the influence of other videos I've seen, my style has evolved. Yes, I often say that not much of my life has happened over the past 3 years, but I guess the biggest personal development I have, and it relates to all this, is that I've grown a more discerning eye. Like, as recently as 07, 08, I would, like things that just had no merit to them and, like, no reason for me to like them, and I wouldn't think too deeply about them. I mean, I was a freaking Star Trek Voyager fan, for fuck's sake. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still think there are good aspects of that show and it wasn't a complete waste, but overall, that show wasn't that good, and I used to treat it like it was, the freaking best thing ever. As late as, the age of 22. Kinda sad. But, and the same way with movies, I used to not realize how awful some of the things I liked were. And I kind of feel that into designing cities, into designing houses in The Sims, that all carried over. And now at the age of 23, I have a much better eye for aesthetics than I did when I was 23. Did I say 23 the first time? I meant 26, because that's my current age. I just need to fill in that corner, and we're good. Or maybe do I want to leave this corner blank? Because I have the notion that this is going to be a traffic snarl at some point, and it'd be nice to leave this area open just to be able to do something about that. So we're going to focus on the lower sections of the city. But yes, as I said, and you know what, I think I can fix this now, because I now understand what happened. For some reason, sometimes when you put a single thing through stuff, we're going to demolish all of this. All of it. But when you put sometimes the road might be demolished, but the middle thing is still present. I mean, it's kind of weird to explain, but it's just a little bug. And I believe I can fix it like that. Yeah. I am the broliest of bros. You know what? It would make logical sense if I just swung that around and continued as nothing happened. Yay! Alright, now I can turn the time on, fast forward, and everything is fixed and happy. Everyone's happy and healthy. They can go see their families and enjoy New Year's at home or out in the public world, or whatever they want to do. Well, what the hell am I talking about? At any rate, so I guess the point of the whole spiel, which I severely got off. got off. But anyway, the point was, I can build on skills from old games to play new games. For example, StarCraft. I have just picked up StarCraft 2 after all the incessant urging of, the big D. He's a big StarCraft guy, as you might know, and he's been trying to get me to play it, and finally he succeeded. One night, in the midst of a bout of drinking, I decided to order StarCraft. And, at first I sucked. I still do kind of suck, but I really sucked when I first started. That's evident in the Let's Play that no one's watching. But the point is, I was able to, despite sucking at the game, I was able to play it and learn it pretty quickly. And why is that? Because I had previous experience with that kind of game with Red Alert. And I Command & Conquer Red Alert, which came out way back in the 90s, like 97. So, yeah, I frequently mention Red Alert in that Let's Play just because it's what I know. Although a good part of me wants to scrap that Let's Play just because it's so painfully fail. And I'm starting to play Zerg now and play some matches against the AI, and I'm becoming okay. You know, I can pretty much consistently beat the computer on medium now. And I think I'm going to start to try my hand at hard very soon. But yeah, I'm learning that game, and I'm learning other games. I guess that's one of the big problems with Skyrim. When I try playing Skyrim, I just, well, my experience with those kind of games is limited to, my entire experience is limited to playing Fable for a few months in 2007. My friend, actually Greg from Reader Gaming, lent me his Xbox. I think it was Xbox anyway. And he lent me 2 games. One of them was Star Wars Battlefront 2, which really is one of those games that's simple enough that anyone should be able to pick that up and play it. You know, it's not too complex. And the other one was Fable. And I, you know, actually became quite good at Fable in short order. It was pretty nice. But I think something's happened to my brain since between now and then, where I can't really concentrate as much on that kind of thing. So whenever I try playing Skyrim, it just turns into like, you know, what the hell am I doing? Where am I going? I think as time has gone on, they just make these games more and more wide open, which, you know, in theory, I love, you know. Why not have a wide open game? That sounds great. But in practice, you know, I just get overwhelmed. I don't know what to do, where to go. And truth be told, I rather just be directed around, you know, in a game like that. I mean, in a game like SimCity, of course, I relish having complete free reign. That's one of the things I love about Maxis, by the way. And I'm sure all of you love this. I mean, these sort of winless games where there's no win conditions, there's no lose conditions, except, you know, if everyone dies and your city burns down, or in The Sims, if all your Sims die. There's no lose conditions. There's just a condition you set for yourself. I mean, other games, ooh, I don't care about. Oh, damn! Look at that. Too bad I didn't leave enough room for myself. Is there an ugly tenement we can destroy? Yeah, you suck. Putting a statue of myself there instead. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh. That is swagalicious right there. And look at all those adoring fans coming up to praise my statue as I stride magnificently over the city like some kind of Godzilla. I eat you a lot.